Hi. Okay. Oh, the sun card. Nice. Good. Good. I heard open wide. Open wide. Big smile. I hope that doesn't have to do with teeth that are things with teeth that are too complicated, but so before this reading I was inspired. I kept seeing this brass pot, this vessel, and it's beautiful. It was beautiful, very simple, not overly complex, not overly ornate. It served its purpose. It was beautifully made. So something has served its purpose. And that, I guess, makes someone realize how beautiful it is. Because the spirit of that which created it is within it. The spirit of the creator is within it. And then once this beautiful thing was within someone's grasp, within someone's hands, they wanted to fill it. Because because that's the interesting thing too, is the beauty that was in that. The vessel was empty. The vessel was empty, but it was still beautiful, just as it was. And then, just a minute, Muffin, hold on. Hey, you. Let your brother finish. Stay there. What's this? There you go. Stay up here and let your brother finish. Of course, the female cat is like, I'm gonna be. That's another whole story. So, be cool. The point, Muffin. Hold on. Nope. Out. The point of the story, excuse me. The point of the story is that, so someone ended up, again, in their hands. I'm not even close to her. She's like, no! I saw someone putting water in it, and I heard, oh, this is perfect. And then they realized that there was a crack in it. But like the water kept coming out, and there was in the vision I saw, I wouldn't say that the person was disappointed, like feeling completely discouraged about the situation or mad at themselves. It was kind of like, well, it's still beautiful. Hey! Muffin! Turd. It was still beautiful. And the thing is I feel like this crack, even if a person is kind of inexperienced, hey, repetitive, dude. You only have to tell certain things once, right? But let's try again. Even if someone was inexperienced, they have some basic know-how, and because of that, they could fix it if they want to. It will take fire, though. Get. It's okay, Ricky. It'll take fire, though, right? Because it's metal, which is one of the elements, right? Metal. We have to combine metal, because there's a crack in it. We have to use the same element to fix it, to fix the gap. And then we need this additional element, fire, to soften it so that it can go in between the cracks. And I'm seeing that Japanese pottery, and they fill it with gold. So I guess technically the the crack could be filled with something else, like a different element. But seemingly it can't be water because that's what it's not holding, right? It could hold earth, fine. It's obviously already holding air, but it won't hold water. Something won't hold water. But again, it can be fixed. This is something that you hold in your hands that is a part of you. I think, I don't know if we need old, do we? Yes, if this has, for some reason, has to do with somebody else, like, man, that's just not holding water. This relationship is not holding water. This situation that I'm involved with, I mean, I guess whatever the situation is, you could try. But, you know, some people would look at that vessel with the crack in it and, in A, be easily mad at themselves, or B, just be like, oh, this is trash, you know? So maybe something that doesn't hold water for somebody else may hold water for you. Like, I'm seeing one man's trash is another man's treasure in a way, like what is of value. Although most would probably see this vessel that I saw as something of, I think, beauty. You know, it was, it was beautiful too because of its functionality. You know, it wasn't just like a frivolous thing what I saw. It actually had multiple purposes, you know. Because again, because it's metal, the Ace of Wands is here twice with the Eight of Cups. Because it's metal, or because it is a vessel, even if it was made out of earth, even if it was pottery, but the vision showed metal, which to me is even stronger, right? It can withstand a lot more heat, or a lot of heat. I guess both of them can. Metal and earth can sustain a lot of heat without changing its form and like becoming something else. Water, for instance, kind of changes once it gets to a certain point. It starts changing very quickly, right, into these other, well, I'm seeing the word modality, but like how it's liquid and then it's vape. It's liquid and then it's steam, right? It become air. So fire, let's just roll with this. So fire turns water into air. I heard follow this astrologically if you can. Fire turns water into air. Fire to earth with no water. Earth just stays earth. If we're combining fire and earth, earth just stays earth. It like goes back in on itself, but it doesn't lose anything. Interesting. Okay. I was thinking about air today. I was making these really like sort of quicker paintings, I guess. Letting my inner child play. And when I went to go work with the air spirit, with the spirit of the air, with the energy of air, it was like really hard to pick a color. Right, because air touches the earth, so it's green. Air touches the sun, so it's yellow and red, and orange. Air touches, sometimes the air is, I guess, obviously in the sky, and that can be blue, it could be gray, it could be black, it could be white, right? Sometimes the sky is purple. Like the sky air is like every color. kind of like when you try to put Venus in a cardinal in an elemental place. It's very difficult. Because again, I see it's like love. Love is air and love is everywhere. Okay. All believers. Love is air and love is everywhere. Just heard all these bells. There isn't a church by me. When have you lived near bells? It could just be like a town. I'm seeing like when it, you know, say it would like ring every hour, like a bell tower. Huh. So the crack can be fixed. That's the point. Okay. Let's see. The crack can be fixed. There's the sun again. We just had a lot of majors show up. But again, okay, I see Aries. It's like we have to fix it with fire. Okay, I'm trying to think about how, I'm going back to if because the vessel again in the vision was metal. Which, I don't know, maybe some of you or work more in that like Eastern medicine where there's not just the fifth element, say, is spirit. It's if we go just in this earthly realm, we have air, water, fire, earth, and metal. Spirit is all of these mixed, right? Spirit is this. Spirit, I heard create and all of this. So, of course, spirit is in each one of these, but it's almost like the combination of everything create the whole. But again, back to, again, this earthly, let's talk about this practically to find the answer spiritually. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. So someone's figuring something out and they're very excited about it. Maybe it's the whole thing where it's like, this is cracked, but I can fix this. Or this was cracked and I am fixing this. I know, but I think it's more of a like, I know now. A person realizes that they can, so that something is possible. So back to the metal. Of course, we could, I guess, kind of take any sort of other metal, again, the same element, and use fire, heat it up, and then it will bond together, right? But we have to heat the vessel first somewhat. We have to heat the vessel first. Then we add in hot liquid, hot metal upon that. So again, it can bind together, make a seal. Again, when I heard watertight. I'm picturing a wood stove, which is metal, has a crack in it, and a way to actually fix a crack. So there's one other way, I guess, to fix this crack. Besides, because we have metal and fire to fix it. An alternative, or it could just be maybe a little bit more of a temporary fix. Although I see this can actually last a while, is you have to let the vessel has to be cool. The vessel itself can't be too hot. And once it's cool, it matches the air, basically, right? It's one with the air. It doesn't have any water in it. It doesn't have any fire in it. Then you can actually take ash, which is burnt wood, burnt earth. You use fire with earth, that turns into charcoal, which turns into ash. If you take that ash, which is earth, and you mix it with water, and you put it on the crack, I see inside and out, and then you have to use air to let it dry out a little bit, and then you add fire, and that will seal that. It's almost like a mortar. It's like and it will hold at great temperatures, because the thing that's fixing it also can withstand similar temperatures, although it's not going to be even that hot. What it's already experienced, the heat of that, the intensity of that, you don't have to use that much intensity to fix it. So that's actually a more gentle way to do it, and sort of a more natural way to do it. So quicker is sort of, I guess this is showing that potentially quicker is more unnatural. It's further away from nature, but in some senses it makes it stronger, because there's, I guess, more expansion in, this seems like alchemy to me. So metal, metal, fire, or metal, earth, water, fire. And we had to put the air in there. So wait, metal, earth, water, we mix it together, air, let it dry, fire. So that's all of them. I heard you'd think more would be more complicated, but it's so natural that it actually gives a person more of an ability. It's like, I heard, yeah, I can do that. Like, all I have to do is go gather some sticks and light a fire, and light the fire, and I can I heard fix what is broken. But I guess because it's natural, it kind of breaks down again versus the metal, you know? But that's the way it's supposed to be, right? A house, I'm picturing like an old house or like an old cabin in the middle of the forest. But it's like, if no one went there for a really long time, it would just, those logs would just go back into the earth, you know? So there's fire that's very natural and sort of gentle. I'm picturing like a small little fire. Little rocks around it, nothing's out of hand. It's basic, it's simple, it's beautiful, it's actually really inviting. But then there's like this blowtorch fire. So there's, I guess what we're talking about is there's like constructive fire, destructive fire. I feel like there was something else. Sorry, hold on. Well, I guess when we're fixing the cracks, if we do it naturally, we may have to keep up with it more than if we did it kind of unnaturally. Although, I mean, I guess we're going to two extremes here, but even the metal is still natural, but there's such a refinement to that, right? Like a metal or an iron or those kinds of things, that's not brass and gold and silver, right? There has to be so much purification to have these kind of purities of things to be able to even, I mean, sometimes combined and create something else. But again, that's kind of complicated. You need a lot of extra things outside of you to sort of do that. So actually, some of you are jewelers, right? Or like you work with metals and you understand this. Or you know somebody who's like really good with metal. And it's like, I'm seeing Aquarius. Pisces, Aquarius. Then I don't know that much about it, so I'm probably saying something wrong. I mean, I've done a little bit, but not enough to understand like the science of it. But that isn't really what we're even getting into here, because even people before people I see knew the science of it. I'm picturing like I'm seeing an old blacksmith. It would be again back to the natural, right? That was a wood fire, or a coal fire, something. Well, coal's still wood, right? It's just condensed. This is still all natural, and you would know by the way that it smells, by the color of it, by like it when it's ready, when you should hit it, when you should, I see quench it, things like that. So if we take this in ways of this is what is now someone is now aware of again, like I can fix this cracked thing. And because we talked it up was 20 minutes, it's like someone is also realizing that they can not only fix it this one way, which they obviously, even though, again, they're not experienced, we're going all the way back around, even though a person is not that experienced, they're aware, like, yeah, I can do that. I could do that. But then they also realize that they don't even have to go that way. They don't even have to sort of teach themselves how to do that. They already know. They literally already know and have experience with this other thing. And actually, this other thing uses all of the elements, which I guess in some senses is more spirit, or there's more of the creator within it. Huh. Interesting reading. I guess we'll go over what I see in the cards and then we'll close this out. I see a prism. I see there's seagulls here. They have a great ability of being able to be, pardon me, I'm seeing their talons, right? They're able to steady even when it's windy, and they live by strong water. I'm seeing a yellow finch. Some kind of moth or butterfly. It's also a plant that has like a leaf that has 5 points. There's also someone who's, this is random, but there's also a soul that you've known that's here no longer that like comes through a prism, or has come through a prism. Or maybe like it's almost, I'm seeing kind of like a shadow on the wall, but the shadow has colors. This to me is also a card of like connecting timelines, or connecting, that might be a part, maybe a part of this is like 12th house energy, where someone again is sort of remembering a talent, or feeling confident in, well, I guess that which they do know, and that which they have some awareness of, but maybe not experience. Great. That's the sun too. Like, yeah, I can, got it. This is fun. Let me try. Because even if it failed, even if again it was like, oh, that only held up for a little while, I guess if you go to try it again, well, you'll know at least how long now a person's aware of the time frame now too. How long something lasts in a certain way, or how frequent it has to have upkeep if we're going to be doing something, again, a little bit more naturally. And now I'm seeing the example of like where, for instance, say someone needed, I don't know, like some kind of medication for something. But eventually they decide, okay, I don't feel like it's necessary anymore to be taking in this really intense or harsh thing. I mean, sometimes again, it's necessary, like say it's like what's coming is like an antibiotic, right? I need this, I heard this rhizome, for a little while, right? But it's not a forever thing. But when you come off of it, it's again, tapping into something more natural. The sunflower here is pretty strong. Someone's a dancer? Yeah, someone's a dancer. Oh, some of you are amazing at something. Could be dancing specifically, as we just said that. But like really, this card is, the card that just showed up is unseen potential and hesitation. But I think that's what's happening is because a person explored somewhere, or something came upon their path, or I see within them, it's like they came upon it, which helped them to realize again more of their ability. And we have Six of Wands here too, which is a feeling a feeling of contentment within what has been done. And if you're learning something too, I feel like you just could learn so fast, where it's like maybe you just gotta try it a couple times and you're like, got it. It, like I heard, it just comes right back to you. And I think what's the most enjoyable about it is that it feels, again, I see natural. Like someone doesn't have this I'm seeing the word hesitation again, where it's just like, oh fuck, it's cracked. What am I gonna do? I heard, let me throw it away, I'll get another one, no big deal. I mean, but okay, we're going all the way back around. So, because I'm going back to something that can't hold water. I guess if you tried 3 times and it doesn't hold water, then maybe you want to give it away or try to turn it into something else, right? If it's metal, again, we have the opportunity to melt that down and turn it into really any shape that we want. So this might just be looking at what you have and your ability to be able to, I see, shape-shift things by understanding what element you're working with and the combination thereof, right? Because depending on what you were trying to do, it takes a different order, right? Depending on the one we're trying to fix, it takes a different order to get there, but apparently there are also options in that. Hangman, I love Pisces time. So trippy, 28. Yeah, strength. Wow. 3 of Cups, I love you so much. 6 of Pentacles is with 6 of Wands. I'm just going to share. 3 of Pentacles is with 8 of Wands. The Sun is with 6 of Pentacles. Hangman with the 6 of Cups. I heard they love you so much. All Believers is the 7 of Wands. This to me is being spiritually protected. Death is with the Hangman. So again, it's like completely, it's kind of complete. It's not an epiphany. It's just this deeper knowing where it kind of like, I don't know if it's even surprise, but again, it's like, dude, yeah, I can do that. It's like the mind judgment with the moon, but this moon is like a big eclipse card. She's a sasspot. She knows. Anything's possible. Judgment and justice. Wow. I heard with you all things are possible. Thank you, God. All right. Ace of Swords. Yeah, that's that. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for being a part of this place. You know, what inspiration can come from even just from imagination, right? The vision was just up here until we decided to put air into it and put earth into it, put our heart and water into it, right? And I guess fire is the energy to again be here and make it happen. So thank you for participating. Your presence is appreciated so much. Yes, Four of Wands. I love you. Thank you for being in the garden. Look how beautiful you are. Thank you for growing here. I'll talk to you next time.